I'm sure my parents were like, what is he doing? Get a real job, you know?
If it's this short, like Ilima, we let it go. We let it grow somewhere.
Plenty people actually do mistake it for a park.
Yeah.
And so, you know, you'll see me, I'm like the old auntie now. I'm like running across there like, get off my property.
Here in Hawaii, a very special place. We're talking stories, taking it back down memory lane. So sit down, relax as we chit and chat. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. About the kids these days and where they may go. And the reasons why we're proud to call this island home. Here in Hawaii.
Aloha, I'm Nolan Hong and welcome to Here in Hawaii. Our guest today truly needs no introduction. I am beyond stoked to say that we got to sit down with legendary Coach Dave Shoji. Now, for the two people out there who might not have heard of him, Coach Shoji led the Rainbow Wahine Volleyball team for 42 seasons, winning 4 national championships and 14 conference championships before retiring in 2017. Growing up, watching him on the sidelines looking all intense with Jim Leahy yelling, "Aloha ball!" That's like a core memory for me. So getting to actually talk with him was a dream come true. What kind of jobs did you have prior to coaching, or was coaching your first career ever?
Well, if you go way back to like high school,
Yeah.
and things, I was a busboy at some point.
At where?
I think the name of the restaurant was the Village Inn. It was in Kahala.
Oh, okay.
So I was like the midnight through 8 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, that was probably the worst job I've ever had.
Wait,
But
so
I haven't had that many jobs. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, I worked at Pineapple Field one year, and but other than that, it's just been volleyball.
since you only had these couple jobs, was it always in the plans for you to always be a coach?
Well,
that the
it
plan?
was never in the plans to be a coach for as long as I did it. I really wanted to be a teacher.
Oh.
I was at the UH training to be a teacher and wanted the PE job. And then, you know, along with PE comes coaching. So I figured I'd have to get into the coaching, but I never got a PE job. So just kind of jumped into coaching. Started at Kalani High School, just coaching high school. And then I went to Punahou and coached, I don't know, 4 or 5, maybe 6 years in high school, and then got the UH position. It was something that the AD, Donna Thompson, kind of envisioned. She started the athletic department at the UH. Volleyball and track and field were the only 2 sports.
So what year was this?
I got hired in 1975. In the first year, we really didn't have a collegiate schedule. We had a team. It was funded by the UH of the first year. And we made 1 trip to the mainland and played some college teams. But here, we didn't have anybody to play. We didn't have the budget to bring teams over. So we played locally, and it was back then, it was USA volleyball teams, like other club teams. But eventually we got some money to bring teams in, and we had a game in Blaisdell, I think 1976, it sold out.
Wow.
Yeah, so that was kind of the start of everything.
And then how did it progress to the level that it got to?
Well, we got better. We got a better schedule. We started bringing in teams. We would go to the mainland 2 or 3 times a year, and we were very successful. We had, you know, the early teams had a bunch of local kids that could just play volleyball.
So not thinking that this was ever going to necessarily be what it turned out to be, what was your initial goal or the plan for you?
Yeah, I was just trying to get by year to year. I had several coaching positions. At the same time I had the UH, I was over at high school at Punahou. And
Oh, so you're doing it at the same time?
Yeah, I was doing it at the same
Wow.
time. So I was going from gym to gym. I really had no idea what was in store for me in the future. I just was trying to get by year to year and have enough money to live on. But you know, as the UH position kind of grew, I kind of had some hopes that maybe this would turn into something, but it took a while.
Yeah. What did your parents think at the time?
I'm sure my parents were like, what is he doing? Get a real job, you know?
Hey gang, I got a friend here that has a big favor to ask of you guys.
Just hit that subscriber button.
That's not me asking, that's Coach Shoji asking, so you better do it.
Please.
We got lots more with Coach Shoji coming up, but first, let's head into the forest with Kumu La'au and Haunani of Ke Kumu Hawaiʻi.
No.
Hoana ke kua I kana hele hele I ala I ke ki ohu e kaua koko. O nā kino malu I talani malu e hoe.
The best thing to do is look up and look for the ie that's up on the trees, and then make our way towards that direction.
So the work that Haunani and I do is called ulana ie, or just ie or twine basketry. And so like this is an example of cleaned ie taken from the forest. And you know, this is at a stage where it's ready to be woven. This ki'i here is an image woven by our kumu, Raymond Nakama. So this ki'i travels with us when we do workshops and when we travel. So we kind of look at it as an aumakua image, like in the sense that Raymond's presence is always with us because we carry this ki'i with us. When we think of Hawaiian traditional arts, or some people use the word practice, it's always connected to aina, because all our resources come from the land. I mean, if you don't have the natural resource, you can't continue the art. You know, it's one thing to teach an art class or a workshop, but to raise up weavers. Part of, you know, when we have the cohort program is really to develop the mentality in each student that they need to become a steward of the space, of the resource. So what we like to do when we come to these spaces, because it's been a while since the last time we were here, you know, we try to prune the space, try to get rid of cut down some of this invasive, just to allow the ie to either crawl out or give it a chance to try to find a way to bring it redirected back to the tree so it can actually climb and dig into the soft bark of the eucalyptus tree here.
We don't have students work directly with the ie arrowroot at the beginning. We use a substitute, which is rattan or caning, that comes from China, but it's already made and it's ready for them to learn right away. And maybe after 6 months working with us, then we'll start to take them into the forest and introduce them to the plant. This is the ie, and these here are the ma'ave. These are the rootlets that we cut. So like Kumu was sharing, I think in the earlier film, that if it's this short, like ha'ilima, we let it go, we let it grow somewhere. But if they're long, like Ilima-Lei, then we start to clip them. But right next to them, you have these invasives growing. So if they are not connected to the plant, we kind of pull them off. But if they are, then we go and clip in between and then just let them dry on their own, and then they will shrivel instead of affecting the ie.
You know, we had to borrow some protocols from our hula community because, you know, hula is one of those practices that has been unbroken for quite some time. Ie weaving, well, you know, contemporary ie weaving has only been around maybe 40 years. Well, yeah, 40 years. So with that being said, you know, the genealogy of weaving, going back to the ones that we give credit to, is very short. You know, we're putting meat back on the bones and kind of filling in some of those gaps that were missing. You know, those things were not documented. You know, they didn't go and see the weavers and say, oh, how do you process this? What do you do when you do this? What do you do when you gather your ie? So a lot of those are blanks. You know, we have to fill in the blanks so that maybe 100 years from now, long after we're gone, that, you know, we leave behind a record, so to speak, for the next generation. And although it may not be exactly what our ancestors did 300 years ago, you know, 100 years from now, they're gonna say, well, this is how weaving was done in the 21st century, you know. It's a kako kind of effort. It's not just Haunani and I, and we're gonna champion and take care of the entire forest ourselves. That's just not possible, and that's part of the reason why we embarked on this journey to increase the number of weavers and practitioners who will who see value in what we're doing and share that same kind of mindset. We don't teach just only Hawaiian people, we teach all people. Because with weaving especially, our philosophy has always been, and we've shared with everyone that we have taught, that basketry is universal. So it's innate in everybody in humanity, no matter what ethnicity you come from, where your ancestors come from. Somewhere you're connected to a person who wove, because basketry was essence for every civilization. And so it's just a matter of working with people and helping them to reconnect with that ancestral memory, that, or what we call Ke Kumu, that ancestral knowledge that's innate in all of us.
My dad was, first of all, he's a great athlete, and then he was a great scholar too. So he was probably the driving force for me to go into athletics anyway, because he could do everything. He was a great athlete, like I said. He did put me and my brothers through sports, and we started out at KAC and over in Ainahaina. We played football, basketball, baseball, and he helped coach all those sports. So it was just kind of what we did when we were younger.
How did you get introduced to volleyball then?
I actually took a volleyball class in college.
Wow, so you didn't even actually...
No, I never played high school, anything up until like my sophomore year in college, actually. So, and I picked it up pretty easy as a player. It was easy for me, and eventually the coach asked me to play on the team or come out for the team and try out. So
this is fascinating, because I just assumed like that you grew up playing the game and just like it soaked in, and that's how you knew. To know that you just, was it that you just signed up for this class just because you needed like a...
Yeah, you needed several, I guess, credits in PE to where I was going to school in Santa Barbara. So yeah, I took the class. The coach of the team was the actual instructor for the class. So he kind of taught me how to play, and then I guess the rest is history.
So how long did you continue playing for?
I played 3 years in college, because I took it up late. I played my 3rd year, 4th year, and 5th year in college. And we actually won a national championship my senior year, my 2nd senior year.
Wow. Throughout your career, Wahine Volleyball was kind of like the thing here in Hawaii, and the gym is packed with fans. And are you able to hear and feel and experience that energy from the crowd when they're going nuts, or are you just so zoned in that all you hear is the game? I think back of when like T. Williams would be going up for a spike and everyone go, T! Like, do you hear that in your head? You're like, T! Or are you just like, strategies?
Well, during a match, you try to tune everything else out and just concentrate on what's going on the floor. I think I was able to do that pretty well. But you obviously hear and you feel the energy in the gym, but you can't let it get to you. You can't get emotional. You have to be calm. You have to be analyzing the game at all times. So you try to block it out, but you can't help it, because it's just amazing, the people here and how they supported the team. When I was coaching, we led the nation in attendance. There was nowhere else where it was even close. Eventually, Nebraska started to get a really good following, so I think they lead the nation in attendance now. Back when I was coaching, it was, if we got 1,000 people, 800 of them were rooting for Hawaii, on the road.
Yeah.
Because there's all kinds of Hawaiians on the mainland, so.
Last year when we talked with MMA world champion Ilima-Lei Macfarlane, she mentioned wanting to move back home from the continent. Well, it's happening, and she let us stop by to see what she's got in the works. Come, we go. I thought this was just like a park and that someone forgot to put the fence up.
Yep,
This is part of the property too?
Yes, and so plenty of people actually do mistake it for a park.
Yeah.
And so, you'll see me, I'm like the old auntie now. I'm like running across there like, get off my property. We were very blessed to be able to take care of this aina. And again, not having really any roots over here, we do have like a responsibility and a kuleana to not only malama it, but to also make it available for the community out here. To be totally honest, the reason I'm moving home, aside from wanting to be with my family and my parents and everything, it's really we need more Hawaiians in Hawaii.
Yeah.
We see so many of us being forced out of our own home, having to move away for whatever reasons. And so we just need more Hawaiians here. And again, we were very blessed to be able to hui together as a family and get this land. And, you know, being away in San Diego for going on 17 years now.
Dang, it's been that long.
It's been that long.
Wow.
Like, I just want to come back. I really don't have any experience with farming or anything like that, but you know, might as well learn now.
Yeah,
It's never too late.
so.
So that's the plan. I'm coming home. I'm going to be turning this into a farm. You know, unfortunately, our crop was coconut, the coconut grove, the uluniu, but it got totally decimated by CRB, coconut rhinoceros beetle. So you'll actually see all of our trees with the damage. So we basically have to start over. And that's when I was like, hey, I'll come home and I will learn. I think I can do it. And I know that there are so many amazing farmers out there who have offered to help. There are so many,
awesome.
yeah, the community, there's a lot of programs. And so, yeah, I'm just excited for this next venture.
Were you ever kind of like a green thumb type of person?
Oh gosh, no. If
So is
you-
your family kind of like, for real? Yeah, you're gonna
yeah,
do that?
yeah. I like, yeah. I mean, I have a garden back in San Diego and like houseplants, but again, I think that it's time to ho'ikapiko, return to the source, learn, get my hands in the lepo, and again, there's no better way to learn than to just do it.
Yeah. Have you already, I mean, I know you're just starting on this journey, but have you already started to feel and have some kind of experiences where you're like, I know this is what I'm supposed to be doing?
Oh my gosh, yes. Like I have had so many ho'ailona and like so many signs just within the last couple weeks alone.
Wow.
That I'm just like, yes, my kupuna really want me to come home and my parents really want me to come home. So yeah, it's just time. And like my ultimate long-term big dream is to not only have this be a sustainable, diverse farm, and you know, almost like a pu'uhonua for people, but I also want to create a little dojo out here and have it be called the Fight Farm and have people come train, come work aina, and then, you know, we go beach afterwards or something. So that's like the long-term vision, and also create a dog rescue.
With the Fight Farm concept, I know you're creative, so what kind of things do you anticipate incorporating that is going to be kind of unique to what we would typically expect of like a fight gym? You know?
Yep. Okay, so I would really like to open up a safe space for women to train, and a very like women focused. You know, that's what I do with my own foundation. I teach self-defense to Native women and girls and communities. And so I would really like to open up a gym that is women focused. It's women led. You know, we have an owner who's a woman, instructors that are women. And so I think that's something that's kind of missing in Hawaii. You know, like there's so many amazing gyms out there that you can go, you know, learn combat sports, learn self-defense, and yes, they do offer women's programs, but I feel like there's not one that's like, you know, super safe space for women.
The foundation and the roots.
Exactly, yes. And so that was kind of my intention with opening up a gym when I move home, is to have it be a super safe space for women. And then I also think that in, you know, not only do we have to protect ourselves, but we also have to have some kind of like aina component with it. And what better way than to like, okay, let's come out to the farm, you know, and get our hands in the dirt, in the lepo, and then also train at the same time.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think, and like honestly, I'm probably gonna just start a women's commune out here, and we're gonna be like a bunch of witchy aunties, so like rescuing dogs and raising each other's kids out here. So yeah, that's the vision, that's the goal. But again, this is just, we're at the very beginning stage. I need to get home. Like, I just need to move home. I need to get my dogs here.
Yeah. Do you feel like this is more exciting than, I don't know,
Getting punched in the face?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It is like, because again, I think that this is going to be the chapter of my life that makes the most impact.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just super excited for this chapter. And I've done the whole world travel, fancy dinners, fancy hotels, like
Yeah.
all of that stuff, but nothing will ever compare to this right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like right now, today, we have to have a little patience with our women's volleyball program. We've had some bad luck this year, and so I hope people don't just, give up on the program, because I think it will come back. That's my hope. So it's been painful for all of us, but, I think we just need to be resilient and just hope that they come back.
Did you ever have that type of experience in your career?
We had one losing season. It's pretty similar to what's going on now. We had a bunch of injuries and ended up with a, I think, sub 500 record that year. We didn't make the playoffs. It was the only year that UH wasn't in the NCAA playoffs. So I know what it's like.
Yeah, what was that like for you? Especially since you're so competitive.
Knowing the circumstances, you just can't control it, so you can't let it bother you. And I remember we had maybe 3 or 4 starters that didn't play, but it's just something that happens. Yeah, happens all the time in pro sports. Look at some of these teams that are down players and they can't win without them.
At this stage in your career, what is it that you want to experience or do or achieve?
Yeah, I'm not achieving anything anymore, although I am coaching a little club team on the side.
What age are they?
They're 16 and under, but that's kind of, I got my arm twisted and this might be a one and done kind of thing.
Do you have difficulty with the lingo that the kids use these days?
Oh, yeah, the language is, I don't, half the time I don't know what they're talking about. But the one good thing is that if I have a problem with my phone, hey, fix this. I'm not very technical. We got this new TV system and I'm waiting for my wife to fix it because I want to watch a World Series tonight.
That's so crazy because here you are, this championship coach. It's all about strategy, and I imagine that you're so studied and know all the technicalities of things. And then when it comes to turning on the TV,
yeah,
no clue.
It's, I don't know, somehow it bypassed.
And that's a wrap on season 2 of Here in Hawaii. We're not going anywhere though. We'll keep sharing new stories on our YouTube channel, including one coming up with an Olympic figure skater who's not from here, but the community pretty much adopted her back in the 90s, and she's been honorary kama'aina ever since. Scan that QR code or go to our website hereinhawaiitv.com to join our email list to get that and more delivered right into your inbox. From me and my wife, Jamie, mahalo for spending time with us this season and for supporting the show. It means the world to us. Aloha. What was more difficult, coaching or being a parent?
Oh, being a parent was,
Oh yeah.
yeah. Being a parent is really hard. Just never know if you're doing the right thing. You want to lead them, but I know with my grandkids, I'm a little hard on them.
Really?
So,
You're bucking the trend because usually the grandparents are the softies, right?
they push the wrong buttons with me, so I have to push back.
So is it between you and your wife, grandma is the more favorite grandparent?
Oh yeah. They call her Grammy and they run to her all the time, and I'm grumpy Poppy.
Why are you so grumpy?
Well, I'm grumpy because I make them sit down and eat. Where at their house, they're a little looser, they can go over here and.
Since you're so competitive, do they ever challenge you at stuff? And do you just beat them?
Just the other day, I had this game, and my 4-year-old granddaughter, she beat me like every time. She has a knack for this one game. How do you lose to a 4-year-old? you know, but I do. I lose all the time.
Is that your most painful loss?
Oh, it's painful. It's painful.
Worse than losing to UCLA?
Yeah, yeah.